Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. Today's part 6 of the Let's Build a Calendar series. We're continuing on. In the last class, in part 5, we built these little handy memory buttons down here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to keep that value from the memory in memory, even if you close the close the calculator and reopen it. How do we do that? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so we built our fancy memory buttons. I could take a number like 25, store it in the memory, right? Do other stuff, and then recall it later. But if I close this and open it back up again, it's gone. Why is that? Well, the value is only being stored here in a text box. This text box goes away, right? Whatever's in there is gone as soon as I close the form. So there are a lot of ways that you can take values and store them in the computer's memory. One is to make a variable, all right? If we go into the code behind this, for example, if we were inside of a function here, okay, I could say dim x as a string or whatever. Okay, that's declaring a variable. If you want to learn more about variables, go watch this video. I talk about them in depth and I explain a lot more about them. And variables can have different scopes. All right, the scope is where you can use that variable. Okay, there's scope and there's visibility. So for example, this right here is only usable inside this function. Okay, but I can take that out of there and I can put it out here, outside of all of the functions and subs. And the scope here is whatever is in this form. This form can use that variable. Any one of these subs or functions, all right, can use that variable. But the problem still remains that it's only available to this form. And when this form closes, this guy is gone. It gets cleared. Okay? So there's something else we could do. We could take that, and instead of putting it there, we could put it out here in a global module, right? In a database-wide module. And we do that by going to create module and then just pasting it there. Now we have a variable outside here. And generally what you want to do is you want to call it a public variable, public x as a string. Now anybody in the entire database can reference x. X isn't a great name though for a public variable because you want to give it something meaningful. X is something maybe used like on a local level for a loop or something like that. If it's going to be out here like, you know, my big value or whatever you want to call it, system-wide. Okay? And again, go watch my scope video for a lot more information on that. Now, global variables like this have their place. They're handy, all right? And you just basically save this. I usually save it and call it my global M and put any values you want to have available for the entire database in there in your global module, okay? But I'm going to actually delete this. But global variables do have one problem, in that it's if there's any problems in your database, any errors or whatever, they can get cleared. Okay, so I prefer using something called TempVars. Now, TempVars is a collection of variables, and you can use them anytime you want. You can use them, you know, in VBA code. You can use them in your queries. You can use them in macros. They're very, very versatile, much more versatile than global variables are. And they're part of a collection called the TempVars. And just ask Adam about TempVars. He loves TempVars. Now, I've got a whole developer lesson plan coming out on TempVars to go into all the ins and outs, but this is basically how you use them. When we add a value, all right, to that memory, okay, at this point, memory val, which is a field on that form, has some value in it. What we're going to also do here is stick that into a memory variable called a TempVar. So we're going to say TempVars and give it a name, right? Call it the same thing if you want, memory val equals the value of the memory val text box. So it's going to be memory val dot value. You got to specify it that way. Otherwise, it tries to stick the whole control into the TempVar, and you can't do that. Okay? So whenever we add something to the TempVar or to the memory, put it in the TempVars, and also when we subtract the value. Okay? So we're saying, do this calculation, figure that out, and then stick it in a TempVar, which you can think of as a temporary variable up in the system's memory that is usable throughout the entire database. Okay? So now, when I come out here, and I take a value like 25, and I add it to the memory, I just stuck it in that text box, and I just stuck it in a TempVar. Okay? Now here's the thing. When I close this and open it back up again, it's not there. Why? Well, we got to go see if there's something in the TempVar now when the form loads and put it back in that text box. Make sense? All right. So come in here, design view. Let's go to the forms load event on load or on open. Either one will work. And here we'll just go backwards. Right? Memory val equals TempVars memory val, right? Dot value. Save it. Give it a quick debug compile, as we should once in a while. Close it down. Open it back up again. And, oh, there's my 25. Look at that. It came back. Because we saved it last time and closed the form and go do a bunch of other stuff. All right? Open up the form. There it is. Now, it will stay in there until you either clear it or you shut the database down. Okay? Now, what if you want that value to be in there even when you shut the database down and come back? Well, for that, fortunately, we're using a database. So we just have to make a table, right? That's the easiest thing in the world to do for an Access developer, right? We just create a table, put one field in it, and then put that in there. Here, I'll just show you real quick. We're not going to keep this, but just to show you what I mean, right? Create table design, all right? Call it temp memory value. All right, temp memory value. Make that a short text. Save it. Don't make a primary key. All right, so temp memory value T. Okay, primary key. Nope, we're good. It's got one value. One value only is going to be in that field. Okay, now this guy right here. Actually, let's bind this form to that table. All right, so go to data. Record source is going to be temp memory value T. Okay, so this form is now getting its data from that table. All right, so now I can just take this, copy, paste. All right. I want to leave this guy alone because I don't want to mess with it. This one here, let's pretend that this one is the new guy. So I'll make that bold so you can see the difference. Okay, and all you do now is come up here and make the control source temp memory value. Set it there. All right, so now instead of setting memory value, use temp memory value. All right, save it and close it. And now whenever you're doing your memory stuff, it will just put the value in here. Let's say it puts 56 in there. Okay, now if this form closes and opens back up again, there's your 56. It's basically a record in that table. See, 56. And the user has no way of moving between records. You can't, arrow to a different record or something. Well, you could tab to another record. Watch, if I hit tab, it technically at that point goes to the record. So make sure you set your record cycle. Go to the forms properties, go to other, change cycle to current record. So the tab cycle, so when you have a normal form, like a customer form, and you go tab, 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 tab off the end, it goes to the next record at the first field. All right, so that's what the cycle does. All right, go watch this video about the tab order stop and cycle. Okay? But that would be essentially how you'd save a value now, right? In a table that's bound to your form. Okay, all your memory calculations, just save it into that. Now, if you close the database, okay, open a database back up again, your TempVars are all cleared, but guess what? Your value there is bound to that table. So it saves it between values, or between runs of the database, which is basically what databases do. Now, I don't want that in here, so I'm going to delete it because that was just to show you how to do something. Because people ask me that. They're like, how do you save that value between, if the database closes out? We'll put it in a table. That's what the database does. How do you not lose Joe Smith's information when you close the database? Because that's what a database does. Right? We can get rid of this guy too now. All right, there you go. Whoop. See, yep. Okay, so it's trying to still bind the form to the table. So we got to come in here, go to data, and go to you. Now we can save it. Beautiful. But our memory thing will still work. See? We can close it. We can open it. There you go. So, yeah, that's TempVars. Pretty cool stuff, huh? let's do our obligatory change of wardrobe here. And you know what? Let's do let's go back to purple. Dark. Yeah. There we go. Let's go darker purple. Yeah. Now it's looking cool. You know, people always ask me, can you do like gradients and cool things back here? No, not with just the tools that are in Access. See, they give Word and PowerPoint and Excel all kinds of cool features, but the form design stuff is in here. But you can cheat. You can use like Word or you can use PowerPoint. So here's PowerPoint, right? That's what I use for all my slides. Okay, so it's just PowerPoint. And I got a slide that is just, where is it? There it is. It's just a white box. And I can do stuff in this white box now. All right? For example, I can, and don't mind my puppies. For example, I could insert a shape. And let's do a rectangle like this. All right? Try to get it about the size of your calculator. Let's see. Where are you at? Get it about the same size. Close enough. Maybe a little bit. All right, now this guy, you can format. All right, we could do a fill. We could do a gradient fill. And maybe, let's see, let's pick something like, I don't want the, let's do this one. Yeah, there we go, that's pretty cool. Maybe change this to that. All right, you get the point, right? We got a little background fill. Now, use your screen capture tool. All right, and just grab a rectangle. That. Okay. I copied it to my clipboard. I'll come back over to Access, paste that in here. Boom, like that. Resize it. Like so. All right. You're going to want to set the, where are you at here? Change from clip to stretch, and then right click, and then position send to back. And look at that. See, it's kind of cool, right? Let's go take this guy and go back to like that. And go. See? So we put a custom background behind that form. All right, that's just an image. Save it, close it, open it. Looks neat, right? That's pretty cool. Did a video a little while back called Form Design Aesthetics, where you can create customized form field button appearances, backgrounds, all kinds of cool stuff. It's basically what I just did. Go into some other graphics editor or PowerPoint or Word, make your background, right? This is all part of a background with the round things here, and then just slap that in the back of a form. All right? There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. All right, pretty cool stuff, right? What do we got coming up next here? Let's see. Let's do some trig. We'll do some trig in the next one. We got sine, cosine, tangent. We'll do logarithm. All right. I didn't build it into my database. Maybe we'll do a pi button. Throw pi in there. Not like apple pie. No, pi, 3.14 guy. Okay. But, yeah, there you go. There's your part 6. Hope you learned something. Live long and prosper. See you tomorrow. What's today? I'm pre-recording all of these because I'm having some dental work done tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk for a couple days. So let's see. You're watching this. If you're watching it live, you're watching it on Wednesday the 24th. Oh, so I had my dental work done a week ago on the 17th. So we'll see how I feel. All right, take care. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the tech help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any tech help questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for tech help questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.